Hi guys, so I'm here today with, I'm sure you guys know who she is, Caitlin Shoemaker from my bowl. She doesn't make shoes, by the way, I asked her. But,
unfortunately.
So we're gonna do like a Q&A, or I guess mukbang type thing, you can say.
Yeah.
So I have the questions over here on the computer. Let's get started. The first question is, what should I do to get myself motivated to stay vegan? So one tip that I can share is fully educate yourself. When I first went vegan, I should say plant-based, but I wasn't fully educated. I didn't understand like the environmental impact, the ethical reasons to go vegan. I kind of was just focused on the health, and I fell off of it. I started eating fish and dairy again, and I like believed everything other people were telling me about how veganism wasn't healthy. And then, I don't know, once I did educate myself, I realized like, whoa, this is the healthiest thing. It's the best thing we could do for the environment, and that's how I stayed vegan.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Every time someone asks me, it's like, I really wanna go vegan, like what can you do? Or what can I do or watch? And I think the most important thing is forming that ethical connection, because like you said, if you view veganism as just a diet and not as like a lifestyle and an ethical set of beliefs, everyone cheats on their diet. Like if you look at people on social media, they have cheat days where they like eat pizza or whatever. So if you just think of veganism as a diet, it's like, oh, well, I'm vegan most of the days, but I really want that piece of pizza. I'm just gonna eat it. It's not a big deal. But in reality, if you make the ethical connection, you're like, oh, well,
do that.
Like the cows were suffering and dying for that cheese on that pizza that is totally not worth it for me. I can eat an equally delicious pizza with just nooch or veggies cheese. And pasta and
the cheese is available today. Oh my god, we tried vegan cheese at Expo.
It was so good.
Oh my god. All right, next question. Best vegan restaurants you've ever been to?
Mine is Farm Spirit in Portland. I have a video on my YouTube channel. It's a farm to table restaurant, and all the produce is from 100 miles of the restaurant, and it changes every night. The menu is different based on what they can find. It's
is it like a small?
It's really too? Yeah, it's small, and you sit at a table, and the chefs like cook the meal in front of you. I think it's like 7 or 8 courses, and it is pricey, but like it's so worth it. And they make their own kombucha too.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, you can get like a juice pairing or a wine pairing.
One of the best places I've been to is Veg. I actually went with Caitlin in Philly. If you guys have ever been there or heard of it, definitely very expensive, but definitely very worth it. I would recommend the rutabaga fondue. We tried to remake it. It did not go well, but it's okay. So let's not talk about that. I know it's still in the fridge. We like didn't touch it. What? Okay. How do you eat nutritious under a budget? I know some veggies can be cheap, but I can't eat them every day, and I worry if I lack certain micro or macronutrients. Thanks, love you both.
So, I appreciate the question, but I do think that you can eat veggies every day. Yeah. I don't know if that's what they're implying, because veggies are really, really cheap, and the best way to buy them would probably be frozen, because if you buy produce fresh, it can be a little more expensive. And also when you buy produce frozen, it's frozen at its peak ripeness, so that's when it has all the nutrients in it. Yeah. So you don't have to eat anything like elaborate. Like some nights I'll just like heat up frozen peas and corn and rice and like throw some black beans on it.
Yeah, I would say eat a variety. Try to eat different fruits and veggies every day. That way you can get a variety of micronutrients in your diet. But another thing is you can buy vegetables, like there's like sale sections sometimes in the market that we go to, and honestly the veggies are great. They just look bruised or they look a little like ripe, but I think that they're perfect, and that's a good way to get them. You can buy in bulk. You can go to Costco, get a huge bag of broccoli. That's what we do here. And
correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't have to hit all of your like RDAs every single day. It's sort of like a balance over time. So if you only can afford to eat broccoli for 1 week, but then the next week like a different vegetable is on sale and you have more variety, I think you'll be okay in the long
definitely
run.
Have you ever had to deal with the pressure to live a party lifestyle? Many young people are influenced to go out drinking and do drugs. I have been told I'm boring and not wanting to go out drinking until 3 a.m. every night. So I just want to be honest, I actually fell into that when I was in high school and in college. I don't think I felt like pressured to do it, but I more so thought that that was the thing to do, and I was like convinced that like I wanted to do that. But when I think back at it, I definitely, that's not who I am. You guys know who I am, and I know it's hard when people tell you you're boring or they're judging you for that, but for what? Like for you not like damaging your body, hurting yourself, for you not staying healthy.
I would say they're boring for having to have alcohol in order to have fun.
Yeah, you don't need to have fun
without alcohol.
And another thing is, if you go out with your friends, you don't have to drink, you don't have to smoke, you don't have to do drugs. Like, you can go out and be sober and have a great time. I do that all the time.
I do it too, yeah.
And I feel so much better the next day.
Exactly, yeah. Like, because I'm a grad student and a lot of my classmates still drink and we'll have like social gatherings, but I just go and I don't drink. And sometimes people will be like, oh, you're not drinking? But I'll just be like, no. And if you say that with confidence and not like you feel ashamed or embarrassed about it, no one's gonna question you or confront you. Yeah. And I had a very similar story with Jasmine. I think like it started more when I was in college, but I did drink some and go to parties because I felt like, oh, that's like what college kids do in the movies, so I'm supposed to do it. Yeah. But looking back, I never truly enjoyed it, and I realized like I like eating food and watching Netflix more than going out and partying.
Yeah, so, hanging out, making vegan food.
Yeah.
Best thing to do.
And you can find friends who have other interests too that don't always involve drinking and drugs. Doesn't mean you have to like cut those people out of your life, or maybe you could even suggest that you guys all do something together, and maybe it just like the thought isn't in their head like, well guys, let's have a movie night, and if they want to like drink wine while they're watching the movie, they can, but you don't necessarily have to either.
And another thing is, I don't want people to get caught up in trying to live this like 100% healthy vegan lifestyle and like forcing themselves not to like drink alcohol. I'm not saying drink alcohol, but I'm saying like a drink once in a while isn't bad, and I don't want you to feel bad about doing it. So I just want to throw that in there too. Yeah,
you don't have to never drink alcohol to be vegan.
Yeah.
I just think that's kind of like a common misconception too. I mean, I drink it occasionally, but it's very, very occasional.
Yeah, me too. Very occasionally. How do you know what to make for every meal every day? So, I don't know, just based on my preferences and my experiences in the kitchen, there's a lot of things that I gravitate towards. Like, we make big batches of beans throughout the, like, in the beginning of the week, and we'll eat them through the week. So I eat that every day. I eat oatmeal every day because it's so good, so filling, and it's cheap.
Same.
And I don't know, do you have any
I don't think you necessarily, I think some people feel like they have to plan out every single meal.
Really plan.
And I don't really plan because sometimes I feel like that can tend a little bit more towards like restriction for some people. But if it's not for you and you need to plan, then go ahead. But yeah, I usually meal prep during the week. But what I like to do, I don't go out to the store being like, oh, I'm going to make this recipe. I literally just buy whatever fruits and veggies are on sale. And I like to be creative in the kitchen, so I just kind of whip something up. And like the easiest thing ever is to just buy whatever vegetables are on sale, roast them in your oven at the beginning of the week, and then throughout the week have Buddha bowls and like put different dressings on them or do different combinations of veggies, so it's like slightly different but it's still the same.
And you can even make like overnight oatmeal for a couple days of the week. You can make it on Sunday and eat it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever. That's if you're like going to school, for example, or work, or if you're busy in the morning, not enough time to make food, or you just like can't think of what to make, it's definitely really easy.
Yeah, I do that every week.
She has a bunch of recipes on her YouTube channel. I'll link them down below.
Oh, thanks,
plug that in. No, but really, she does.
I do have a few.
How do I explain to my parents that oil is bad for you and we shouldn't cook with it? So, one way to easily explain it to people is, there's a lot of people, like Caitlin was talking about this in the other video, there's a lot of people who avoid refined sugar, but why wouldn't you avoid refined fat? Oil, that's what oil is, and oil is not a whole food. So you can just tell your parents that you're focused on eating a whole foods diet, and it's not that you're eating like a fat-free diet and they don't have to be worried about you avoiding fat. You just want to eat more whole food fats that are rich in many different macro and micronutrients and way better for your health.
Yeah, and I think sometimes it's hard for your parents because we were all raised to cook with oil, and a lot of recipes have oil in it, and there are definitely ways around it. And I always think one of the best ways to do it is to offer to cook an oil-free meal with your parents to show them that it can still be delicious and it's still possible. And that way they're like, oh, okay, this was still good, it's not that bad, and like I understand a little bit more now. Because sometimes I think like people just get frustrated because they're like, how do I even cook an onion? They don't know that they can just use water or veggie broth in the pan.
Yeah, definitely. And you can point them to the direction of like nutritionfacts.org, Dr. Michael Greger, How Not to Die. There's so much information in that book and on his website, and you can show them that it's backed with scientific journals and studies and that sort of thing, and you're not crazy. There's a lot of videos even on YouTube. You can look up Mike the Vegan. He has an awesome video on oil, the vegan killer.
Yeah, that's the one I link it everywhere. I'm like, this says everything way better than I ever could.
Because he like cites all the sources he uses, and it's very credible, so it's not like he's just talking to the camera. So yeah. What has been the best insight / advice about veganism that you like to share?
I think this is hard because everyone kind of responds to something that's different, you know?
Yeah.
I always like to say, like, you have the choice to choose compassion 3 times a day, plus snacks.
Plus snacks.
But, yeah, just by, like, telling people what you put on your plate, you can choose to be a more kind and compassionate person.
Yeah,
but
and
I don't know.
Another thing is, like, you choosing what you eat doesn't just have an impact on you, it has an impact on all of the animals, people around you, the environment. I say people around you because excuse me, it impacts your health, and I don't know, later down the road, maybe your family's gonna have to take care of you because you didn't eat a good diet and you didn't take care of yourself, that sort of thing. Just keeping it real.
Very
but
true.
Yeah. How do you feel about eating eggs from backyard chickens, since they don't come from a factory where they are abused? What about local cows, milk, or cheese where the cows are never killed and live happy lives?
Wow.
Okay, so we were talking about this earlier, actually.
Yeah.
Animals are not ours to use or eat or treat any other way besides them being animals and our friends.
Yeah. So I think fundamentally, as a vegan, if you believe that, even if it came from like someone's backyard,
it wouldn't be food.
You would still be taking it from the animal, and they would be using it for something else. So like Jackson was telling me, backyard chickens, sure, you're taking eggs from them and they're not in a cage, but she said they actually eat the eggs.
Yeah,
right?
if the eggs don't hatch, a lot of chickens, I think most, I'm not sure if it's all, but they'll eat the eggs. The eggs are filled with nutrients that they can bring back into their bodies.
Yeah, so I feel like that one people usually talk a little bit about more, but the local cows one, we both just disagree with, because
you have no right to be milking a cow. The cow's not letting you milk it. It's just like, oh, what is he doing to me, you know? That sort of thing. He's not like, hey guys, come drink my milk.
Exactly. And the only reason a cow's producing milk is for its baby. So when you take that milk from the cow, you're taking it from its baby, and
it's not that is not meant for us to ingest at all. And another thing is the health aspect of it all.
Definitely.
Eggs are not good for you at all. Filled with cholesterol, definitely do not recommend be consumed. And also milk, like, it's not meant for us to be consumed. It's not food to me.
And dairy is just so inflammatory to your body. So not only does it have like a negative impact on your overall health, if you're an athlete or if you like to work out, like, you don't want inflammation in your body. It can mess up your joints, cause joint pain, prolong your recovery. It's like, I just personally, it's really hard for me to understand why people think it's healthy. But dairy is scary. Oh, I'll link the video down below. Have you seen that? I don't think so. It's like a quick video of a girl talking about dairy. She's like, I'm gonna tell you about dairy in like 1 minute. It's like, whoa. I'm gonna link it down below, guys. I'm gonna have to watch it. Yeah, it's crazy. What is one thing you wish to accomplish or do in your lifetime? Woo! I have a lot. Yeah, I feel like that will change. Like, if you ask me like different years of my life, I'll always have a different answer. I always have an internal to-do list and like goals list. But as of right now, I know it's kind of vague, but I just want to make like a difference on the world, or like people, like, of course people in my life, but like beyond that as well. I want to definitely make positive influence with like my social media and that sort of thing. No, totally. That's kind of how, like, my overall goal with my channel. I just want to inspire people to like live a more positive, healthy life, and, you know, leave a positive impact on them. It might sound kind of crazy, but I have a little post-it note that I keep on like a mirror by my desk that I see every morning, and I wrote like, it sounds cheesy, but it says like, what will you do today to set the world on fire, but like in a positive way. Yeah, that's awesome. So I like reading that. It's like, how am I going to make a difference in the world today? So. That's awesome. I want to do that. Yeah. I know you guys live a healthy lifestyle, but what are your thoughts on eating out? Will you eat oil or more processed foods for enjoyment once in a while? Or will you? Sorry. We actually talked about this in her video. You guys want to check it out. We talked about, eating out, eating oil, that sort of thing, eating while traveling. So that will answer that question. How did you two meet? I love you so much. You spread the vegan message with respect, dignity, and love, and that's something the vegan community has been failing at a little lately. That's so sweet. Thank you. I know. We met via YouTube, or I think, was it Instagram? I think Instagram. I think that I think you may have followed me first, and then I saw you liked my post, and I'm like, oh, Sweet Simple Vegan, what's that? And then I clicked, and then I clicked on it, I was like, oh my gosh, how did I not know this girl existed? And then we kind of like, I guess, silently like liked each other's photos for a while. Yeah. And then I know you made a YouTube channel, so I subscribed to your YouTube channel, and I think I just like started commenting on your videos. Yeah. And then she found out I was going to New Jersey in December, so she commented, she's like, hey, we should meet up. And she's like, let's talk about this outside of the comments. Yeah, because I was like, I don't know, like, write my actual address. So we ended up meeting up in Philadelphia last December. That's where it all began. I know. Our love has blossomed ever since.
Sorry, Chris. First of all, I just wanted to say that both you and Caitlin have inspired me in so many ways. You have no idea. Much love for you too. My question is, do you guys continue to follow a high carb, low fat vegan diet? Your thoughts on low fat / your experience on low fat / higher fat, if you guys have added more fats in your diet. So I personally did follow like a high carb, low fat vegan diet. I did like the 80-10-10 style diet. I tried to eat raw vegan, that sort of thing. But lately, not even lately, like, I don't know, within the past year. Oh no, my camera's gonna die. I started incorporating more fats and whatnot, and I don't know, I feel so much better eating that way. I feel more comfortable in my body. I feel less restrictive. My skin is definitely a lot better now.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I felt the exact same way when I first went vegan. That seemed like what everyone was doing, so I kind of tried it out. But I'd say over the last year or two, I add more fats to my diet, and I add like overt fats to like almost every single one of my meals. I mean, I don't really be like, oh, I need an overt fat, but I'm like, oh, add some avocado or tahini or whatever.
It makes it a lot more satisfying to me.
Yeah, I feel so much more satiated. My skin feels like my skin has gotten so much better.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. Overall, I just feel healthier, and I think fat is an essential macronutrient. Like, you need a balanced diet. You can't just eat all fat, all protein, or all carbs. And
I agree.
If you eat whole plant foods, you should get a good amount of fat anyway. So it's like,
eat whole fats, whole food fats.
Like chia seeds, avocado, flax seeds, nut butters.
Yeah, there you go. And last question is, do you have any awesome vegan cafes or places to eat that I should try while in Los Angeles? So, Real Food Daily, definitely gotta try that out. By Chloe, a lot of people love By Chloe. You went there yesterday.
It's in New York too, though, so.
Yeah, I don't know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Oh, you're coming from Boston. Oh, they have it in Boston now, right? Okay, well, maybe you've tried it. Let's see.
Everyone goes to Cafe Gratitude.
Yeah. But I honestly, Cafe Gratitude is nice, like the vibe and everything, but I wouldn't say it's the best food.
It's not the best, but it's kind of cute to go.
Yeah, it's very cute. There's a place called Kitchen Rouse. It's very Instagrammable. I heard it's great brunch there.
Okay. I would go to Rahel's. We're going there later.
Yes, I totally forgot. One of my favorite places is Rahel's Vegan Ethiopian. Oh my god, changed my life.
I'm so excited. I can't
And you
wait.
can request oil-free. You just have to call ahead like a day before. That's what you want to do. Yeah, so my camera's gonna die, so we gotta end this video. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please check out Caitlin's channel. She does awesome everything videos. I should say she does talking videos, she does recipe videos, she does reviews, everything. We did a breakfast chat. So you guys should definitely check it out. I'll link her channel and the video down below. Is there anything you want to add?
No, I hope you guys have an awesome day.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.